Hello. Hi, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Shibu, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Ivy over there. I think all the other members over here. I can see a lot of people over here. I can see nearly 25 members here. Am I audible? I just want to hear from others.
Yes,
Hello. Wow. How many of you said yes in a positive manner? Can I hear it again? Raise your hands. Otherwise, you can raise your hands. I got two members which rose the hands. I got three members. Oh, maybe others have. I got Tuha also raising the hands. I got four members. I got six. That's wonderful. Yeah, number seven has got already in. I'm so happy that people are getting in. Yes. Thank you so much. Like to raise down your hands, please. Thank you. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Sadiq, would you raise down your hands, please? You could, yeah, thank you. Prat. How do I pronounce this? Pradeep, what exactly is that? I don't know. P. Yeah, okay. So glad that all are here. How is your holidays happening? I'll ask one by one. How is your holidays? I'll ask with Ansin. Ansin, if you're there. Regan, Phoebe Matthew. Hello. I just want to get a response. Got any response here? How was your holidays? Or how is your holidays? Anyone?
was fun.
It was fun. I get to have one. I think it's Darin who said the answer, is it? Or Mariam? Enjoyable. I'm having a lot of sessions. I'll share it now. I'm going to share the teams now. Yeah, I got people here. Mariam said it has been great. Adnan, Aklam, it's good, relaxing. It was boring, to be honest, Adnan. Oh, because you got no time to move out because it's hot. Is that the reason? Yeah. So that's the main reason for most of us being in that particular stage. Wonderful. All right. So what I'm trying to do for this today's session is I'm going to have a certain kind of a twist in your mindset. So what kind of a mindset are you in? Are you in a positive or a normal mindset? Uh, what I am going to share is I'm going to share you the screen. This is the topic of the day. Our topic of the day is actually growth mindset. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions. Let me ask you some questions. Let's have a plain slide. I'm looking for a plain slide. Okay, got one. Okay. How is your mindset? The two questions are: is it positive or okay slash not happy? Okay, so we have two things. So is it okay? Is it positive or okay or not happy? Now, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to give you a question on this. So what is it? Yep. Okay. What I want to do is please click this. I think I want everyone to scan this, please. Can everyone scan this, which is on in front of you? Please scan the code. Or else if you are going to the class point, you can enter the class code of 77647. Let me see how many of you are scanning. Can you see the screen?
Yes,
Yeah, we
Mr.
can.
Shibu, it's showing.
Yeah, please scan it. Yes, go ahead. I'll give you 2 minutes to scan this. I got one respondent. It says
Sir,
B.
I'm confused. I'm confused how there
No.
are multiple choices.
No. I'm not. I'm going to change that actually. That's my problem now. Now, what we can do is, if you are saying a good positive mindset, you can go for an A. If it's an okay, you can go for B. If it's not good, you can go for C. You don't want to comment, you can go for D.
Sir, I didn't get to do the QR code.
Oh, okay. I think you're getting it now, I guess.
Yeah, thanks. I've done it now.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, I'm getting the responses now. Thank you for that. I'm getting nearly 24 responses. Got 25. Yeah, I got 29 responses now. That's a good sign for the response.
Sir, what's the link again?
What's the question again? Is that the one?
No, you was www.classpoint.
No. No,
Yeah.
you can scan this, yes.
Okay.
I think everyone has done something now. That's a good value of people into my answering pattern. Okay, let's, anyone, I think I'm going to close this within another count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got to close the submission, guys. Yes, last seconds. Okay, I'm going to close the submissions. All right, so what I got the answer is now 16%, like 39% of the people are positive. Is that so? And nearly 56% are okay. And 2% is like 5% of the people are don't want to answer it to answer the question. So this is where we are going to actually look for your growth mindset. Now, how do you actually get in the growth mindset? I'm going to look into pre-test now. So what I'm going to assess is I'm going to give you a pre-test. I'll be posting a in your chat. You can find what I'm going to do is Okay. Mhm. That is my. Oh. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that let me. I'm trying to find attach. Where is attach? How do I attach if got? Hmm. Okay. Anyhow, so the question is this. This is a table I'll be actually giving to you. This table. That is, oh God. Okay, so this is the table which says about you'll have to and circle any of the numbers. I'll be uploading it shortly once I get the attachment from my chatbot. Plus icon, yeah, I got a Abdullah says plus icon. So schedule a message, no. So how do I go into that again? Uh, Supposed to be what we do. Isn't university productive tools? Yeah, see now what happened today is Lillian, for the university productive tools, the professor is actually having a certain bit of uh, meeting now, so he's engaged with another sort of things. So that's why you are engaging with the growth mindset, I guess. So don't worry about this. This will be a good session. I I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy this. Now, what I'm trying to look is how do I insert? Did I forget? How do I forget? Because I'm on my vacation. I think
Mr. Shibu, if it's a file, you can just drag and drop in the chat box.
drag and drop. Yeah. Okay.
Drag and drop.
That's so. Okay. Thanks, Ms. Ivy. I'm looking for. Mm, okay. Did it got pasted? I don't think so. Drag and drop. Mm-hmm. Uh, Ms. Ivy, it's not happening actually.
Can
I'm
you
not
send me an email, Mr. Shibu? I can try to put it in the chat.
definitely yes. Okay. Hmm. I think place the windows side by side and drag and drop. That's what Abdullah says. I will listen to the Abdullah's point of view. So this is how I put the slides together. So drag and drop. It's not happening. I don't know what's happening with this. Copy, paste it on the chat, says Maria. Okay, copy and paste. I think there's some problem with my. I'm getting a lot of commands. Yep. Okay. Anyhow, I'll message to Miss Ivy. You can I think you can do that. Okay, Miss Ivy.
Yes, Mr. Shibu.
Excuse me? Yeah, the chat isn't working for me. It's not opening.
Yeah, I think that's the problem now. Okay, Ivy, I've sent to you. I think you can. I think it's getting a problem. Normally it functions. I don't know what happened today. Okay, once you get that, I'm going to actually look into how things are going to actually take place. Okay, so let's look into this aspect as well. Now, once it's been uploaded, we'll see what is our topics for the day. Now, this is our topics for the day. Now, it says about what is growth mindset. How can we actually differentiate between growth and a fixed mindset? Do we have a growth mindset, or do we have a fixed mindset, or do we have both? So again, that we are going to look into. So also we are going to look into the importance of growth minds for success. How long or how well is growth mindset is a potential tool for us to grow our academic skills as well as our probability of winning the race in your coming generation revolution. Next one is growth mindset and the power of grit. That's another interesting factor you're going to look into. We're also going to look into the assessing impact of cultural, environment, and family values on the development of mindset. What is the important role of a culture and how the family values are important to develop a growth mindset. And again, this is something what we are going to look potentially for. We are going to look into how we can make a shift from our fixed mindset, if you have any, to a growth mindset. This is something cognitively we're going to actually look for how we're going to actually make it. And we are going to actually make some strategies. It sounds interesting, actually, right? So strategies for developing a growth mindset is something what we are actually looking for. My activities, if it's got time, we'll do that. So nothing more to pressure you. We'll see some of the activities in between also. So that's something interesting coming our way. Now, let's see the icebreaker things. Now, you have recently completed your schooling. Think of any challenge situation in your school, life, time management. Okay, so this is your question now. I'm going to give you options. What I'm going to do is, this is your question. You can write your short answer here. You can have 3 questions, 3 submissions. All right. So that's how it goes. Now, this is the question for you. A short answer, which has been given to you. I think the short answer is this one. And this is your screen for you. Please look into the questions. The question says, you have recently completed your schooling. I know you are not, but some of you will be completing soon. Think of any challenging situation in your school life, like time management or learning a new language or working in groups, maybe, accommodating various team members. And did you fail your attempt and failure in your attempt? What was your first reaction is the first question. Next question is, were you be able to identify the causes of your failure? That is the second one. And the third one is, what happened ultimately? Did you give up or ultimately accomplished what you want to achieve? So these are the 3 questions I'm going to actually engage with you as an icebreaker. You got nearly 5 to 10 minutes for this. I want everyone to attempt for that. That becomes much more encourageable for most of us. So the time session starts now. Please go ahead, and the valuable members will be getting some of the stars from my side. Let's see how you're going to do. I hope everyone is actually doing it. Those who have not got any idea about what's happening, you can actually scan this and go about the answers. You got 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Ah, I got 4 answers. Wow, that's a
Sir,
yes.
can you go back to the QR codes?
Here you are.
Thank you.
Wonderful. I'm, I'm, I'm having answers now. Let's see the answers. The challenge I have is outcome is learning Hindi. I personally think it is hard and socializing. Mohammed Wasik says it's about learning Hindi. Obviously, I'm happy about it, but I thought I could do better than that. Stephen is, I'm not sure what exactly he was actually mentioning in. Time management, not being enthusiastic about sticking to a schedule and trying to accomplish it. Oh, that's a good sign, Mohammed. Disappointment is, but you have accomplished it. Pratyaksha, your name says that you have a very good pratyaksha in getting connected to it. Being overwhelmed, yeah, I decided to dedicate more time and effort to the thing I was struggling with. That's a wonderful thought, Haran. I think you are still engaging with that. So the next one is yes, every time I wasn't successful, I always found that I could do better. Steven, oh, wow, that's a great way of actually looking in things. Happy, yes. I started working towards what I want to achieve. Duha, that's something really important. Faraz, Faraz says, I think somebody's mic is on. Can please mute the mic? Thank
So,
you. Yes, yeah.
what's the task? I joined a little bit late.
Okay. Now the task is never mind. If you actually scan this, so please
Mhm.
scan this.
Okay.
So once you have scanned it, are you seeing some of the questions there?
Yeah. No, wait, I
Yeah.
don't see it. I just see an empty slide.
This one, aren't you seeing this?
No, it just shows a blank background. Like, I don't see anything.
Yes, sir. It's same for me.
Really? Okay, so this is the question it's all about. Oh my God. Oh, I think there is some problem.
Yeah, I took a screenshot and I'm doing it
Yeah,
now.
okay. Now I think you can see this, correct? So I think it's there on your screen right now. So this was the
Yeah.
question. You have 3 questions to answer. You
Yeah.
can actually read this and actually it's all about challenge in your school life. Any of the challenge you might have faced. So your first reaction, did you were you able to identify the causes or what happened towards it, whatever things have happened? So did you accomplish it or did you fail in that or did you give up? So that was the question.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, now, so let's get back to some of the interesting. I panicked, I didn't think straight, and my response procedure was slow. Okay. Because I calmed down, went through my options and found to appropriate. That's a wonderful thing you are doing, Farah. Keep doing that. Annoyed and overwhelming, yes, I gave up and then came back to finish it. Yeah, Dashna, sometimes we tend to do that because so what happens is we try to actually get into trouble, and once you actually take a bit of a break, uh, I think somebody's mic, mic is on. Anyone's mic is on, I guess. Please mute the mic. I'm not sure whose mic is that. Let me see the people here. I think, yeah. Advika, can you actually mute the mic if you could?
Sir, it's already on mute.
Okay, I think Foul. Let me see Foul's mic. Okay, I think yes, I muted his. I think rest all people are fine. Yeah, thank you. Getting back now, where we are. So where is our window gone? I think it's gone. Yeah, I got it back. Yeah, that's the reason. Now I'm knowing, why you didn't find it. Yes. Okay. So I was into some. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see this. This is a very interesting one. Learning Chinese, I was so disappointed. I decided to try learning it and finish the course with a good mark. So, Alessia, did you succeed in learning it and finish it with a good mark? Alessia, learning Chinese, because that sounds interesting.
Yes,
Chinese
sir.
is.
I finished the course with a good mark. I got B plus.
How did you do that? I just want to know that, because you were so disappointed in the beginning, right? You said.
It's actually was online. I mean, like in the middle of the course, they put it online.
Okay, so then you
So
worked really hard. Yeah.
when it was online, like I got I can يعني, I have the chance to succeed.
Did you cheat by chance?
Sometimes.
That's a growth
Because it
mindset,
really
right?
was a hard course.
Yeah. So that's a growth mindset. So you find some easy ways in order to pass things. Yeah, because it's Chinese. So why that sounds interesting. Now, why did you think you want to learn Chinese? Because learning language is comparatively hard things for life, actually. Why
I
did
love
you?
I love to
Yeah.
learn a new language, and I found Chinese like okay, it's a good language.
Okay.
So
I
I tried to learn it. I tried, but
Hmm.
I can't. Like it's really, really hard.
The writing part is comparatively hard, right? I think because you have to draw
They,
the
yeah,
lines.
they completely have a different language, and even they when you write in Chinese, it's completely different.
Wow, that's a good information which is given. I think you might have studied Korean by now, is it? No?
No, I'm not
Ah,
studying
okay.
Korean.
Yeah,
Now I'm
okay.
trying to learn Spanish.
Spanish. Wow,
Yes.
you're a very good hard worker, because people tend to actually leave out things when you are not having an interest. But it's a very good thing, like Alicia, you are trying to learn different languages. I'm very proud of you. Which grade are
Thank
you?
Now I'm going to 11.
Wow, a 11th grader learning different multiple languages. Incredible. Yep, that's a good sign. Just go ahead. I think it'll actually give you more spirit to learn much more better things. That's next thing. Next one is learning a sign language, Abdullah. So this is something very interesting. We have played dumb charades, but learning sign language, it requires lots of time and patience. My first reaction was disappointment and frustration. As I identified poor time management, ultimately I didn't give up. I adjusted my approach. Yep. So sign language is a good thing to learn. That's a very hard thing to learn. I've always wondered how this the people of determination is actually doing so. That's a good sign what you've done. Now, overwhelmed, I started working harder, higher. That's a wonderful thing. Let's let's look into different answers now. Okay. Satya says, frustrated, annoyance, procrastination, failures, and the ones that succeed end up looking incompetent and unsatisfactory. Satya, if you could actually share what happened, if you are able to share it, I will be happy to hear it. Satya, are you there? Yeah, okay, I'll get back to him. So the world is actually going into a norms of procrastination. So once you are actually getting out of it, you're going to be successful. Working in groups was challenging for me because I think I always had a trouble talking to people. Sophia, maybe we'll find this as a solution for your after this particular course. As people around me, as friends and family for advice. Lean, that's a very good positive sign. When you're having a friends and families which can give you a good advice, that's a very interesting factor. Okay. Let me take the last one. I'm going to take this last one. Okay. Madiha. Madiha says, I struggle to focus on a major task and not taking things seriously when I should have. Yes, I should have more present. I'm working hard in how much every time I have left. Whoa, that's a work hard. That is very good positive thing. But how do you work really hard is something what you have to do. Now, is it good to work really hard or work smarter? I'm going to ask the class. Okay, next slide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a next question is, which is better in modern AI world? Work smarter or work harder? Let me see this. I'm going to share this for you. Okay, I'm going to give you for a word cloud. Okay. Okay, I want you to actually answer this question. Let me see how your growth mindset is actually progressing. Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, we can, but I haven't tried on the website yet.
Yeah, okay. Just scan this, please.
I'll join from my laptop.
Oh, no problem, dear. Okay, I'm getting answers now. Work smarter. Let's see, 3 people said work smarter. I'm going to get different answers now, I guess. People are going for work smarter in an AI world. Working smarter, both in right amount. Okay, so that's a good sign. Who is this? Combination of smart and hardness. Working smarter is better. Both is something getting better. Very close. I got responses now. I got 21 responses. I'm getting working smarter is actually gaining more popularity here. Both the things, both in the right amount. Yeah. So both combination is also getting into a certain task now. Work smarter is getting larger. But good turns come from learning. That's good thing. So I got another 10 seconds to clear this. I'm going to count now 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. So work smarter, but efforts are good. So that means it's a combination of what? If you're taking the percentage, it's comparatively better. Now again, work smarter has got 21 people said working smarter in the new world is much better. Okay, so not only that, work smarter has got coming in. So combinations brings out evolution. So that is a very interesting part. Yes, combination of both working smarter and working harder. So I'm going to give awards for everyone who have said the right response, because there is no such way of doing things. Even if you are working smarter, if you work a little more harder, you are going to actually gain that certain aspect of things. Yeah, I'm going to get back into the chat. Let's see whether the chat is ready to can download. Yeah. Miss Ivy, if you're there.
Yes, Mr. Shibu.
Did you able to upload that?
Actually, Mr. Shibu, I'm also not able to upload any of the files, so I sent it as a screenshot,
Ah, okay. It's
as
okay.
a picture. Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So I'll engage. No, they will do some other aspect of things. I'll ask them certain questions. Let's see how I can do with them. Okay, no issues. Thank you for that, Miss Ivy. All right. So what is the meaning of term mindset? So mindset is the core belief or a pattern of an individual. It is the mental attitude that determines how you will interpret and respond to the situation. It's a person's way of thinking. Now, how many of you agree with the second option? Like, it is the mental attitude that determines how you will interpret and respond to the situations. Now, if I'm going to say 1, 2, and 3, I think all the things could be the same, because mindset is a core belief pattern of an individual. Is it true? I'll go for the 2 words. Let me go for okay, we'll go for the next. Once I finish this, we'll go that. Yeah, okay. So we have 3 sets of, yeah, somebody want to talk?
Can I talk?
Yes, please.
I think definition number 2 is the most accurate one for mindset.
What's your name, dear?
The second one is the mental attitude that determines how you interpret and respond to situations.
What's your name? I just want to know your name.
Oh, my name. I'm Steven.
Oh, Stephen. It is the mental attitude that actually supports how you will interpret and respond to the situation, right?
Right.
Oh, that's a wonderful answer, actually. It's all about how you pressurize your brain to give out the right amount of interpretations to respond to that particular situations, right? So
Yes.
what
How
do
you
you
think
call
about
that?
things.
Correct. So what do you call that situation as? What skill will you apply for that?
Critical thinking.
Wow, that's so nice for you. And I think most of all the people will be also doing that. It's critical thinking skills. So it's a skills and the mindset combination of both actually produces what you actually are. So this is one of the key signs of things where the new generation is actually encouraged to move on with, because you are moving into a science of AI where you are challenged with certain situations. So you will be interpreting certain situations and responding to that. So that is a critical thinking measures. Yeah, that's a skill where you are actually gaining a more of control of things. That's a wonderful answer, Stephen. Yeah. So how do you think of intelligence, if I ask you a question? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a question for you. No, it's all about Carol Dweck. Let me see. Okay, so we have not seen that. Okay, so we are going to look into what exactly is intelligence according to us. It's actually been developed by Professor Carol Dweck. She is a professor back in, she was a teacher in high school, and she actually moved into become a famous professor. And she's the one who actually termed the growth mindset. So she was working in Stanford, and she's a psychologist. And she said, people generally think with either fixed mindset or a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that their intelligence is fixed at birth and that they can't do much to change it. Is it true?
No, it's not true.
So we believe that we can change our mindset, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, over time.
Over time. Yeah. Now I'm thinking because I'm sitting right um, outside my house and I'm watching some of the birds flying. I can see parrots and various other birds is actually moving in. And I'm thinking, will the birds have what kind of a mindset will the animals will have? Will they have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset?
Sir, can you repeat?
See, if you look at the animals, for example, the birds or the cats, the dogs or the pets, what you have in and around you, what kind of a mindset will they have? Will they have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset?
I think they will have a fixed mindset.
I think they will have a growth mindset.
I think they have a growth mindset. So, what do you tend to believe? Do they have both, or do they have?
So does it depend on the
I'm,
animal?
I guess it depends.
Correct.
Well, it's kind of both because
Yes.
animals don't have developed brains like we do, but they definitely live on the growth mindset term because they're always searching for food and ways to live.
Yes,
I
sir,
think
exactly.
is that Stephen?
Adapting.
Yeah, the one that was me right now, that's Steven.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. See, adaptation is something what I've heard. That's so interesting to hear. I think your generation is thinking so fast and critical, so that it has been inevitable for the people to believe that growth mindset and fixed mindset as combination of both is enhanced for us for our daily activities. Yes, especially with the animals, because mostly they search for food and shelter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever they are going for food and shelter, mostly what they're looking for is safety is another concern. If they are not a predator, even predators is also a bit of a concern according to the succession. So once you are secured enough, or else if you are not believing that you are not secured, your growth mindset tend to look for a shelter where you can hide. But why are we different actually? I'm going to give you a challenge on this. Why human men are different than animals? Because sometimes we tend to have a fixed mindset. What could be the main reason for that?
Definitely experiences. Animals don't experience like social classes and everything like that.
So
Rules, regulations.
okay.
I think it's more of the humans' ability to adapt to their situations much quicker than animals.
I think it's the
That's
other way
true.
around, honestly.
It's like our beliefs which tend to make us like think that our abilities are fixed. Like,
I
Wow.
people
think
tell us that you're.
I
People
like
tell
this
us like
session actually. I like this session. People are opening up.
I
Wow,
feel like
that's a
we have the
wonderful.
ability to adapt to our changes much quicker, but with the way society is formed currently in this least stage, we have been made to be fixed in our mindsets.
I think the like humans, our growth mindset comes with facing more situations and experiencing and also listening to other people's opinions. So listening to others' opinions can also bring a change in our mindset, which is connected to the growth mindset, I believe.
What's your name, dear?
My name is Aisha.
Aisha. So what we have learned now is, I think Stephen has said about critical thinking skills, and now we are talking about listening to people, correct?
Yes,
So now we have adding another skills in that. What kind of a skill is that?
that's the listening skill.
That's the communication skill, correct?
Yes.
Wow. So that means I'm so happy people are involving and evolving with certain kind of an answer. Yes, I'm
Sir?
happy that yes, dear.
Sir, like I believe that the difference between animals and humans, animals like have some fixed tasks. Like their main goal is just to survive, basically, and like search for food, shelter, and everything. So basically, they have like a fixed thinking. Okay, but like humans tend to be curious. They want to discover a lot of stuff. So they tend to want like they would like to learn more. So they tend to go around and yeah, as everyone said, yeah, they listen to other people's thoughts, but يعني, they tend to like they tend to want to learn. Like they're curious about everything, curious about how it works. They tend to go on expeditions like to discover and everything.
That's nice. So who's this?
Anas,
Yeah, Anas. Yes, yes. Now, see, now why are we actually going for something new is because we believe we are safe, isn't it?
yes, sometimes going for something new involves
Yeah,
risk, but like
correct.
it
But
actually
normally
encourages us.
we are in a correct. So, but normally we are in a safe environment where we think that we are being guarded, safeguarded, and we have certain things to actually look for. Correct. So it all came from the things what is been said about it's a societal value and rules and regulation which has been set. Correct. So once we have a set framework of things which has been, see, for example, you are learning a curriculum. You learn different curriculum on certain aspect of things. So in your curriculum, it says maths is compulsory. So you learn maths. Says language is compulsory. You learn language. You learn scientific skills are important. You learn scientific skills. You 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 tend to believe that religious things are also important to us. You try to learn that. So we are adapting into different aspect of things, which has been normalized and guided by the norms, and we are currently having into that fixed mindset of okay, so this is certain aspect of things, but we apply our growth mindset for a larger perspective of a big broader view, correct?
Correct, sir, but like there are some types of things. For example, like go to other like famous people, historical people. They discovered some new stuff. For example, it wasn't normalized by people, but when they proved how it works and everything, it started getting normalized and people started using it. So people don't tend to do what's normally normalized. They tend to want to discover something new that can actually benefit society.
Correct. Yeah, now you are talking about growth mindset. So when you have a growth mindset, you cut right across your normal thinking skill, you generate your ideas and you grow bigger, isn't it? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Correct. So
I
that's
think the
what we are.
normalization it would come from well, what's it called? Um, I lost the word now. Developing our mindset. We're consistently used to change, right? Discovering new things. That's our
Exactly.
normality.
Yes. So this is why, see, It is a mental attitude that determines how you will interpret and respond to situations according to the rules and regulations, what we have learned in. So this is how it says. Now, people with fixed growth mindset believe that their talents, abilities, and intelligence can be developed in different ways. Just you people spoke about the current thing, about the growth mindset. I'm so happy that you people are there in the same mode of a growth mindset. I'm so happy. I think, so what is a growth mindset that we are looking into? It's a belief that a person's most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talents are just the starting point. So this is what I got from your interactions, because brains and talent are just starting point, correct? So I think we are coming to a common point here. The view creates a love of learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishments. I'm going to stress the word resilience. Why is resilience important?
Because not everything in life is going to come easily. So someone has to work a lot in order to achieve what they want in the end. Because determination is important.
That's so nice. Yes, that is why resilience is so in the forefront. Are we actually losing resilience now? Do you people think that?
A
A
lot
little.
of people in the newer generation seem to be losing resilience because they get very hurt and set back when there is a failure and they do not try to move on and go forward. But at the same time, there is also a part or a group of people that are still resilient and move on from their failures. A big example would be Elon Musk. He had a lot of failures, but yet he moved on from them. He was resilient. He was determined on getting big, and he got big. So it just shows on
Correct.
that society is divided.
Society is divided.
Yes, in the sense that some people will have set values for resilience and some don't. So
Okay. So what will happen if the resilience is not taken care of?
People
more
will
and more
just
people would, well, not reach their goals.
Yes. So, okay. So I'll give you a simple example of things. Now, last football World Cup, people might have seen, right? So those who are in favor of Argentina were really happy because they won the World Cup, because people were, and those who were mostly Ronaldo fans, or those who were with the France support side, we didn't want them to win, or the Argentinians to win, right? So then wherever people chose France, when they lost the final, you know, people were really upset. But did it harm them?
some
No.
people maybe.
But they came out of it, right?
Yes, sir, they did.
Most probably.
Yes, most probably we'll have to, because we cannot subdue in our failures, but something that is far for, because we have a certain amount of thoughts in our brain which says about there are more things to do in our life, so we just move on, right? So that is something what even Carol Dweck said about when she spoke about growth mindset. Wonderful. Now, what is the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset? I'm just going to share this.
There are two types of mindset we can cultivate.
I think you can hear it. Hear the audio. Are you audible?
Embraces problems as
sir.
opportunities to
Yeah.
learn,
Yeah.
and one that avoids them, often out of fear to fail. People that avoid conflicts can be described as having a fixed mindset. Those who see problems as interesting challenges have a growth mindset. Sometimes we like to switch from one to the other. People have a fixed mindset because they believe that basic qualities like intelligence or talents are fixed traits and that these traits are responsible for success. They often like to document past achievements. With a growth mindset, people believe that new abilities can be developed through practice. This view creates the love for learning that most great leaders and artists have in common. For them, life becomes an exciting journey with endless opportunity to figure out new things and advance. To develop a growth mindset, Dr. Carol Dweck, the Stanford University professor who coined the term, advises leaders, teachers, and parents to celebrate trying. Teachers should applaud students for any grade if they studied hard. Parents should encourage their children to develop any new skill they are interested in. Doing this will make them learn the skill of learning, which will also help them back in the classroom. To illustrate the difference in everyday life, let's observe two imaginary kids. Jay thinks you've either got it or you haven't. Anne knows that she can learn anything if she wants it enough. At physical exercise, Jay avoids challenges. When it's time to jump over the vaulting horse, he's afraid to look stupid and be laughed at. Anne embraces any challenge. It's exciting, it's fun. She knows that failing is part of learning, and if she tries hard, at the end, nobody will laugh at her. Jay avoids feedback. If the teacher tells him how to improve an assignment he has been working on, he takes it personally. Anne knows that to improve, she needs to listen to constructive criticism. She also understands that it's not her that is being assessed, but the results of her work on that one day.
Okay, so this is a key point I want to actually engage with you all. So whenever I think, see, we are also having experience because I've also taught in schools before. Now, the problem with the schools was about giving feedbacks. How many of you like feedbacks?
I do.
I like feedbacks.
You
I
love
like
feedback?
feedbacks.
Wow. So do you like a constructive feedback or a feedback which actually cuts it off?
A constructive one, I think.
Sir, can you repeat?
Because then I
Yeah.
can learn exactly what I need to work on.
Correct. So I think people should be precise and completely more constructive to talk about what was the failure which made you to actually fail that certain things. I think once you actually point out things, it is much more easier to get back into certain aspect of things. So I think because you people are the Z generation, and it is much more easier for you to have the flexibility because you are into that technical knowledgeable aspect of things. So you are accepting, but the problem with the people of just below you, I mean, your parents, if you are talking about, because they are seeing more knowledgeable others in front of them. Because I got a daughter who is at the age of 19, and she's so fast in certain things. And when my brain is processing, she is actually finishing the task. So likewise, that's a challenge for the teachers as well as the parents. You know, the right idea about you people when you are facing certain situation in your classrooms, in your schools, is because of that, I think. Because when you are going to say something and when you are advancedly saying something, I think most of all, you might have experienced that a teacher says, "Oh, you are too smart," right? Have you experienced that way?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, you know why is that so is because you people are literally fast. Your capacity to function your brain is double the amount of the current teachers right in front of you because they are processed with a certain aspect of bookish knowledge, and you people are much more processing faster because you are into this new technological world. So you click onto things much faster, and the other person on the other side believe like, my God, how can she or he say this? Because this is what I thought to be saying the answers for. So don't never mind about certain things because that is again a growth mindset you are actually getting into because you are so faster in gaining it. the more faster you gain things, the less hard work is needed, because you are getting much more faster and smarter, because your critical thinking skills are much more engaged and going much faster. Don't worry about when the teachers are saying so, because that is because of the age difference, what it's actually looking into.
Jay always takes the easy road. For example, he likes escalators and hates to take the stairs. When he is practicing the guitar, he stops the moment he's getting stuck. Anne usually doesn't even take escalators. She jumps up the stairs, counts every step in her head, and enjoys feeling the blood rushing through her veins. She practices the drums every morning for 15 minutes. Not that she always enjoys it, but she knows that effort is part of a journey to a more fun life.
I think you can relate these two. I think you people are in this category. You use the escalators, not the stairs, I guess.
I mean, most of them also only have escalators.
But have you tried the other way around? We have stairs even.
I like running on the escalators, but the security don't allow it.
Running on the escalators are much more dangerous. So that is why it's not been allowed. But you can run on the stairs. You can use the stairs.
Anne likes to see others succeed. It inspires her. She knows that if she motivates her friends to get better, she herself is likely to grow too. If his friends try new things and succeed, Jay feels threatened. He's afraid that their success will put pressure on him to do more with his life too.
I think this is another situation you might be facing, because most of all the time there is a competition happening, you think there is a threat in front of you. But if you are taking the other way around, if you are actually helping your friends to actually achieve it, you're also learning from what exactly it's been doing. So if you're turning in this aspect, and if you're not turning into this aspect, you're actually going to win the war. So that is one of the key things I would suggest you to do, where if you are going to help your friend, maybe you'll lose that day, but you're going to win your race for your life. So that's the two different aspects of things you should actually look for.
Modern companies look for employees with a growth mindset because they solve problems and persist despite obstacles. To spot the right ones, some ask during the interview whether the job applicant believes if managers are born or if management is a skill learned. Jay thinks that managers are born. Anne gets the job. Neuroscientists support the idea. They confirm that the brain grows like any other muscle in the body, with training. Studies show that adopted twins tend to have higher intelligence compared to their siblings who stayed with their biological parents. The difference appears to come from the higher educational levels of adoptive parents and shows that nurture is more important than nature. A simple switch in how a person views a situation can mean the world of difference. Not just the outcome of that situation, the outcome of that person's place in life. As the late poet Samuel Beckett once said, "Ever tried? Ever failed? No matter. Try again. Fail again. Fail better." What do you think about the concept? Is it overly simplistic? And if you buy the idea, do you believe it is possible to make a permanent switch from a fixed to a growth mindset? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below.
I think that's a good video, right? So once you have a very good, proper way of having a growth mindset where you're actually tuning your brain, no matter what you do, especially in your studies. Now, because you people are in grade 11 and 12, I guess. Now, it's all about simple tricks in order to gain more marks. How do you gain more marks is not a question. It's about what you learned in your real learning ability is something what is important for you. You may lose a certain amount of marks, but I'm telling you, once you are actually gathering the knowledge of what the concept is, you're going to perform it. Now, it's all about the skills of timing, and the skills what you set in your examination is something what you have to look for. See, if you're looking for MCQ questions, for example, the MCQ questions, nearly 65 to 70% of the first intuition, what you get after reading the questions will be correct. So, but read the questions very clearly. The intuitions says, it's been a study which says about 65 to 70% of your first intuition will always be correct. Now, once you are setting that skill time in order to record that victory for your, exams, it's so simple to do so. So once you are actually challenging that, it's so easy to write exams that there will not be any fear for exams. So that's one of my say right now, that once you are tackled the problem of writing the exams, your learning becomes much, much easier. So you have to look into what is your advantage point and what is your difficult point. So try to use a multiple of your advantage point to overcome the lower value point. Now, once you have done that, you're going to be much more successful in life. So this is something what I will be actually looking for. So that's something what we looked into. We look into how do you to recognize failure and move forward is what you need to learn. And what's your opinion? Would you fail and stay there, or will you fail and move forward?
You fail and move forward.
It's like, playing your Xbox, right?
Yeah.
You fail, you play the other game, you want to defeat them, right? We do that.
Yes.
The same situation is the same thing. It's because you have a growth mindset. If you had a fixed mindset, you just have lost it and you just switched off the Xbox and you would have moved on. But you have to win. So then you have a growth mindset. Dealing with failure is very important. You can forgive and forget, but then you don't learn. So this is another important aspect. You can blame people who get angry, but that creates fear. Next one is the best organized individual forgive and remember, so that you can learn and you can try something else and learn something new. So always learn something new is something where we actually look for. Okay. The real question to ask is, what happens when people fail? So we ask the same question this, and what I'm going to look into is this. You know what exactly is this, right?
Isn't that used for doors?
Yeah, it's to actually regulate the easiness of this mixed function of any of the doors, any of the wheels, because it lubricates much things. It actually takes off the rust. That is one of the key things. Why do we call it as WD-40? Any idea?
Work done 40.
It's known as WD-40. Now, why? You know why the name came 40?
I don't know. Personally, I think they like the number.
Yeah, they like the number actually, but there was a reason for the number.
Maybe the bottle can only work 40 times.
That's a very interesting one. But unfortunately, it can functions much larger than that. Any idea? Anyone?
I think it's because they had 40 attempts to get something for water. We took this up in school. That's why I remember.
What's that again? I didn't hear you actually.
Like it took them around 40 attempts to get the water displacing formula.
Did you
So
check
it
the
could
Google?
work out. No,
Did you
we
check
took
the
this
AI?
we took this in school. That's why I can't ring the bell.
Yeah, that's so nice. It's actually because 39 times they failed. The 40th time they became succeeded. So that is one of the key things where it's been. See, every country is likewise. See, for example, you take UAE as a biggest example. They failed in lot of things, but now they are trying to take a leap into the moon and also move into which Mars, right? They're trying an attempt to reach Mars. So how encouraging that is, because they didn't lose with the failures. They're just actually moving in. That is so. I'm not going to actually do this. Okay. So this is very important. Assessing the impact of culture, environment, and family values on the development of mindset. So this is very important. Trust is something important for us. So how do you trust a person?
You're sure that whatever they give you or whatever they do is for your own good.
That's true.
When the person keeps their word, for example, if they said they will do something, they will do that. So you trust that person.
All right. So have you seen the babies? Now, when the parents are actually throwing the babies up, they don't have a fear. Correct?
Yeah, they enjoy it all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So even when you are playing football, right? So even if you don't see that your goalkeeper is Messi, but at least in some point of time you trust him. So that is one of the
Yes.
trust. Yeah, that is the inner trust we have in. So it depends on how many times he might have saved, for example, or how many times he might have um, supported your team is something what you look for. Now a new fellow coming in as a goalkeeper, you'll tend to have a realization how much he is going to save it. So that is trust. Trust comes with growth mindset, because you trust your pilot when you are inside an aircraft, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So why do you trust him?
He's the one doing the thing.
He's had years of training and
Yes,
Wow.
he's a certified pilot. So
Pilot.
He has
So
experience. He has experience.
he has experience. So that means we are trusting the experiences, correct? So we have a confidence in that particular pilot that he has got an experience, he has got a certificate, and he is an authorized person to fly us. So we trust him. That is atmosphere of trust. Yes. Now, positive and supportive environment is something develop a growth mindset. Because once you are inside an airport, you don't have any fear, because you are safe enough, because it's all positive inside that certain area. Or else, if you are sitting with your best friend or sitting in a certain place where you enjoy more, you have to have a growth mindset. So that is why when you are sitting near to the beach, now why I'm always getting this. Now, when you are sitting in the beach, you sit there and watch the sea, but you don't get bored. Why is that so?
because it's very
It's calm
calming.
and peaceful.
Because
Okay.
Waves in it.
usually modern life is very hectic and fast paced. So just sitting in the beach and looking at the calm sea, it just calms our mind and gives us bliss, you could say.
Oh, correct. But if you are sitting in a pond next to a lake or a pond, it's not the same.
it's
No, because
constant
like a
minor
beach is like
changes.
bigger,
What is that again?
vast sea, and
The vastness of things, right? Because it's so vast, so we don't know where the end is, and we are just thinking how much large in volume this is. We are expecting some new things may happen, may come, and the calmness, the breeze, and the atmosphere is something more supportive as an environment, correct?
I think that comes with small
Yes.
things too.
Yes, it comes with small things too. See? So when the parents nurture societal values, so then it comes with the small things. Now, see? Uh, so this is another important aspect of this. If you are respecting elders and if you have a love for youngsters, so what you do is you are respecting the individual. Now, see, we only have two favorite teachers, right? We have two set of teachers in front of you, right?
Yes.
One you hate the most, and one is your favorite teacher.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Have you ever experienced the middleman, middle teacher who just passed and just went on with her studies or his studies and just moved on? We never noticed them, right?
No, I've been there
No.
before. I've seen them.
Yeah, you have seen them, but once you go out of do you know everyone who taught you in grade 3?
Of course, no. It's been such a long time. Even my favorite
And
ones.
but do you know your class teacher who taught you in grade 3?
I
Yes,
don't
sir.
remember.
I also
Yes.
Grade
remember some of the
3, I
teachers.
had a teacher with a different name that I'm not used to, so I don't remember. But I do remember how she looks.
Yeah,
I
that's a
remember.
good thing.
I remember her in very deep detail.
Yeah. So mostly when you are in a primary stage, you'll have a very affectionate teacher in and around you, right? So you tend to remember them. And even your favorite teachers, even now when you are moving around the school, the people who respect you or listens to you will be your favorite teacher, correct?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Because they respect you. You take the respect and they also take the respect from your side too. So that is why it's always when you are respecting each other, be it elders or youngsters, your individuality will be respected. So that is one of the key things you will have to look for a growth mindset, because you don't have to have a conducive environment in and around you, because you respect others, the people respects you. That is another important thing. Now, the parental support is another important aspect of things. I think the most of all the parents, what happens is parents are so curious, because I'm being a parent, I'm telling you, the parents are so curious of what you're doing. And they have a sense of responsibility that, you should reach somewhere. They're skeptical most of all the time. And there's an uncertainty in their brain, like, what you're going to do next. So that's why they ask you different type of questions. They look you in different angles. Now, if you are opening up yourself to your parents, saying like, this is what I want to become, or this is what I am, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm doing, they tend to actually fully support you, because there is no such misinterruptions in that brain. Just talk to them, because that is the real problem. If you are not talking to your parents, I think most of the current generations, I think only few will talk to the parents. If you can actually talk to your parents, whatever things are, if you are doing something, really something nasty things, just talk to them. Don't fear. Now, you believe that's the fearness, something creates problems. Now, maybe they've shouted you because that is something what they never expected from you. That's why the anger comes in. But it subsides much faster, because they know what you are. Once you are actually showing them what you are, there's a trust which is built. If you do that, you have won the war. You have won the race. So they are much more calmer there. Yes, dear.
But what if you don't feel comfortable like sharing any details about with your parents? Is that okay?
Sharing any details about you with your parents.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how do the parents know you then? They just observe you?
No, I meant like you don't want to like share any talk to them like about anything in general.
Okay, so now see, how do you communicate with your best friend? You don't say
By
anything,
talking.
right? You share your ideas and thoughts, right?
Yeah.
So then what happens? They trust you.
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
so what happens next is the same thing accounts with your parents too. When you are actually trying to discuss some of your, see, you don't have to go in details if you don't want to say, but tell them what exactly you are facing, or tell them what you have experienced, so they know there is an awareness for them. So if you're giving an awareness, they are 100% supportive for you.
Okay, thank you.
Try that. You are going to get that soon. Okay, now see, that's what I said. Failure is accepted. Now, once it's been happening, so failure is accepted. No matter what, they will accept your failure. Now the resilience is rewarded. Now, over a period of time, you do that, and your experience and resilience is been. Next one is problem solving collaboration. Now, experience is the key for your problem solving. So knowledge, not only the knowledge, it's the experience. So that's what I said. When you have an experience of having a bad patch or a good patch, just share with your parents or with your buddies or anyone. Now, what happens is, in a situation where you are actually are engaged in, they know how to actually take you out or how to encourage you. Because there is, otherwise there is speculations. How should I go about this person? How should I actually support them? So that speculation is always been a huge differences in bonding. So once you have that, differences taken away, the bonding starts in. It's so simple. Now, if you're going for a trip with your family, if nothing has been, done, so for 3-4 days, you are just forgetting everything, you're enjoying. Why? Because there is so much of collaboration happening. Now, decision making is key. Now, so how do you get into the decision making? It's about trust. And it's about knowing the other person. So if your parents want to get you involved in decision making, you have to talk to them, be engaged. So then they know that, oh, I can give more of a task to them. So they become much more involved and much more responsible. So this is something you're actually looking for. Okay. A lot of people are somewhere in between, having a mixed mindset. This is what I was actually going to say about. A lot of people are somewhere in between and having a mixed mindset. This means your mindset are part fixed, part growth, depending on the situation or circumstances, and how you feel about events going in your daily life is also very important. What we know is the brain is far more adaptable than we realize. This is key. You have to trust the intuition of your brain because it is much more adaptable. In demanding, why I'm saying this is I'm here. I'm here for a short break back into my home country. I came here when I lost my father. I came here for the funeral of my dad. Actually, after a certain period of time, I've realized I have to adapt. Otherwise, if I have not adapted, I would have never taken this lesson. This is my experience I'm sharing with you now. So our brain adapts to our situations much, much faster. So that just trust your brain. In demanding situation, even though you feel positive, your nerves get the better of you if you do not have a growth mindset. So always remember this. Don't allow your nerves get onto your brain. So when your nerves get onto the brain, what will happen? What will happen?
You would have a fixed mindset.
And we get
endless panic for no reason, like
yes,
unreasonable choices.
we get frustrated, right?
Yeah,
And that
at least someone
frustration.
becoming at least
Forget.
someone becoming more impulsive.
That's true. You become more impulsive. And that impulsive of that moment can lift into different arguments, anger, etc. So
Sir, I
that
don't get
is
this point.
this one.
Sir, can you explain it a bit more?
Yeah, the question is now, if even though you feel positive, your nerves get the better of you. You don't have a growth mindset. Now, sometimes this is what happens. Your nerves get onto your brain because you become more impulsive. You become more reflective and reactive much faster. Something happens. Now, if you're pausing for certain seconds, the nerve gets relaxed and you get to have a good answer. See, for example, when you are getting questions, for example, in your exams, when you're reading the questions much faster, you misunderstand the question. But if you're reading an essay question or a short answer question, or even an MCQ question at a slower pace, so what happens is your nerves are not getting into the brain, and the brain is actually functioning much better than the nerves. So you are going to take a piece of your mind, you stay calm, and you write the perfect answer. So
Okay, sir.
especially in it's in maths, for example, you get to that equation and you just think about impulsively. You're not getting into that slower pace. You go faster, you engage in trouble. Same thing. So that's something which is very important. An individual with a growth mindset pushes past barriers and enters the uncharted territory of infinite possibilities. Because your world is so open, and your world is now not a stereotype like how we studied. Now this is an opportunity of see right in front of you, because when the AI also came in, there are a lot of things which has been opened up. So then that is something which you have to actually look. If you have a growth mindset, we look at demanding situations differently. Now, why are big forts, especially in the olden times, built on the mountains or hills? Any idea? I think people left.
Can you repeat? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Why is that? If you look at a fort, olden fort, or the
It
king
has a
which has
stronger
been built,
base.
and why is it constructed in top of a hill or in a certain mountainous area
It has
or
more
next to the sea?
view.
It has
It
got
has
a
more
more
view.
view. Correct. So you
Because
can
there are natural resources available there.
it's natural resources, but the basic thing is the threat, because you can look at things into the demanding situations. So that's why always king sits on the top. You see the judge sit on the top because he can see the different angle which is happening. So that is why it's always people sit on the upstairs. Now that is, we are going to the appreciating the power of yet. See, yet and not yet. So this is something very important. Now, if you're doing something, if you fail a grade, and if you say not to fail a grade, so what exactly, if you're saying a not yet, you have to do much more. It gives a different thought process. Instead of saying, no, you've done wrong, if you are saying, not yet, you can do further more. No, you've done something wrong. No, it's not correct. So instead of saying, yeah, something, it's not that's fine, but not yet, you have reached there. Now that's why in Britain, most of all the papers are corrected in green pen. How do your teachers mark your answer sheets? In a red or a green pen?
Red.
Red
Yeah.
pen.
So when you
Yes.
see a lot of red in your paper, how do you feel?
Sad.
You'll feel sad, right?
I feel like I made a mistake.
I can notice it better.
Yeah. So if that's what, mostly in British schools back in Britain, they use green pen for corrections. So what happens is if there is a wrong event, they will comment on that saying what went wrong. The red is symbol of stop because our brain have a process of saying stop, something you have done wrong. So that not yet is something also been. Now, if you are doing something which you can't do, and if you have been prompted with saying not yet, not yet, you have to go a little more. So that makes a big difference in your life. Now, what are the strategies you could adopt? See, acknowledge and embrace imperfection. This is something much more important. Okay. Acknowledge and embrace imperfections. View challenges as opportunities because when you play Xbox, you feel challenges as an opportunities. And I'm quoting why I'm quoting Xbox is you are happy with learning different tricks in order to counter that attack. Next one is replace the word failing with the word learning. I've learned a new things. So then instead of failing, I've learned a new things. Next one is value the process of the end result. Now, whatever might have happened, your end result should be evaluated. Now, if you are evaluating that, you can actually become a winner. Because the analytical part of the analytical skill is so important for you so that you are something doing good. Next one is believe in yourself. Whatever you do, believe in yourself. Emphasize growth over speed. It's not about speed. It's about how you have accomplished is something which you are going to look into. Growth is very important for you. See, this is very important. Reflection. Regular opportunities. And regular opportunities for reflection has to be there. Place effort before talent. You may fail, but I've tried. That's a big thing what you can actually talk into. I've tried, but I've failed. That's a different thing. Okay, learn from other people's mistakes. That's why we study history, because we learn from the mistakes, right? Okay, so how about today's lesson? What have you learned from the today's lesson?
The difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset.
Now, where are you now?
Benefits of growth mindset.
Wonderful. Can I get some more answers?
I'll be honest, I've heard of this before, so I kind of have experience on this already.
Okay, but have you learned something from this class?
Of course, I've learned how to be like more expressive and how some people could also think about opening up.
That's so nice. So that's a growth mindset. Wow, that's something very important for you. Okay. Now, see, some of the pitfalls are, I'm not going to talk about the pitfalls. No, it's not your game. We'll stop over here because I want to actually give out the positive frame of a growth mindset. Always be positive and have a wonderful, wonderful, academic life for you. And whatever you do, enjoy, be happy. Now, if you are doing a small thing and if you're being happy, you become much more successful. You be happy. Why you don't tell them how you feel about maybe when you are discussing the problem, you'll get a solution. Alessia, why don't you tell them about how you feel about maybe when you are discussing the problem, you'll get to a solution? Can you elaborate that, yeah?
Someone in the chat said that their families are not supportive to him, and we are trying to get to a solution.
Oh, okay. So that's a okay. So see now, there is some trouble things which might have we never have experienced before. Now, what I suggest you is to actually, if on a common ground it's not effective, talk to them one by one. And if you can actually take a lead, and if you actually see, you may be feeling a bit of uneasy kind of feelings, but don't give up. That's growth mindset. Talk to them. This is what you felt. And this is what you've been experiencing. Okay. So that's very good thing of Stephen. I think this class was wonderful. I got 113 students in front of me. I'm so happy that you people are in a very good growth mindset. And I want you to actually enhance much more better in your further, much more proceedings to come. And I wish you all the very best. And I want you to succeed and get into a different modes of your life and search for the happiness, whatever you do. Thank you so much, dears. I hope this class was not that boring.
Thank you, definitely, it wasn't boring. It was not.
It was very actually interesting, and we were
Yes.
able to like learn the differences.
Yes,
That's
sir. It
so
was very interesting.
Thank you, sir, for
It was
the
very
teaching.
interactive. It was very nice session today.
It was a nice session, so thank you so much.
You people were really good. You know what made it so interesting is you people were so open to discuss. That is something what I've seen in your class. So this is something very interesting. When you are getting opened up, it is much more easier to actually engage. So that is something what you have done. That is wonderful from your side. I think you people are wonderful, and go ahead and explore your dream. All the very best, dears. Thank you, dears. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Have a
you,
good
sir.
day.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.